how does men handle pressure? How do you like if we could give insight to how to handle pressure, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you hear women talking about what men should do, but I don't think they understand the pressure that men could feel, different men feel, depending on where you at in life. So, but we're gonna get right into it. What do y'all think pressure is, man? If you could give a definition to it, bro.
A lot of times, men is the last line of defense. Ain't nobody gonna help you when you're a man.
Yeah,
Give you $100, give you rent money. You're on your own most of the time.
yeah,
And the mental health aspect of the first guy, everything could have been going good for him.
right,
He thought he was handling pressure well. And
right,
then that divorce came and the life he pictured didn't match the life he actually had. And
right,
he just snapped. He was doing good up until he wasn't.
right.
And then
What you
he
think, bro?
probably didn't have any other episodes like that.
Yeah. What you think? What you think, Whiteout?
Man, I think as far as men in general, we as always, the stigma, of course, uh, of of us bearing everything on our shoulders as it is, and then you add being a black man on top of that. That's a whole nother, uh, situation. I feel like for me and my age, you know, late 20s going to their 30s, we handle things, speaking just as general. When we I truly don't think we handle it it's really like a situation based.
Oh,
uh
for sure, 100%. That's why I
uh
say different phases of life, right?
yeah, so for me, I'm just gonna speak for me. uh how I handle a lot of pressure that's on me, I try to find other ways to channel it. that
Right.
way that way I don't spaz out.
Mm-hmm.
That way I don't jump off the deep end and, boy, do something that I'm gonna regret the rest of my life.
Man, for
uh
real.
um because it's we gonna face pressure every day of our life. You know, it's all on how we handle it and how we put our next foot forward. Uh, but yeah, I try to channel my pressure. I try to turn it to passion. That way, uh, I mean, as you can see, uh, I'm getting my creative bug back, and it's been a minute since I've been back
Yeah.
in my creative bug. But I
Mm-hmm.
had to go through something to get to something.
Right.
I had to
Yeah.
use all that built up pressure from expectations from family,
Mm.
uh, your superiors, your leaders, uh, church, church family, uh,
Mm-hmm.
the pressure that we put on ourselves. Uh, and that's what a lot of people, a lot of men don't talk about, the pressure that we put on our own self.
Yeah.
Because we the
Mm-hmm.
ones that we look into the mirror and be like, man, I wish I could have did this. I wish I would have did that way. It was I made that dumb move, and that if we don't know how to properly allocate that pressure, we're gonna end up just like the two stories we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good point. The self pressure, you know, giving yourself time limits. I'm gonna make my first million by 24. I'll have my masters by 26. The world doesn't have that time limit. You put that on yourself. And that's a lot of pressure, self induced.
Yeah. I would say when you talk about different phases of life, I would say when you're younger, you don't have a family. I know for me, when I was younger, didn't have a family, pressure felt different than when you providing for your wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a little heavier. You know what I'm saying? It go from like 225 to when you get a wife and kids, you might throw two more plates on each side. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying in the prayer call, God, I need you to spot me. I can't lift all. I need you to spot me on this. You know,
Amen. God give me a
and
spot.
God probably doing all the lifting. I just thinking of lifting, but He wouldn't do He spot.
For real. That's
But
real.
when you young, man, that's why I tell you, when you young, you tend to take more risk and you deal with pressure because you don't have nobody to depend on you right now. It's just you, and you start to learn about things, right? I know for me, not having the father figure like that mentorship, I went so far on the deep end of the pool and made so many mistakes. Not only did I understand pressure, but I understand when you make a mistake, life still goes on.
Yep.
You can't stop. But only somebody that made as many mistakes and did those things, took risks, will understand that. Some people have never ventured out that far to understand that life still has to go on. You know what I'm saying? And you have to move forward. You're gonna take some losses in life. It's just how it go. But if you never took losses like that, then it probably would mean a lot to you. You know what I'm saying? Just kind
Yeah,
of how life goes.
you make a real good point. When you look back, like you said, it's like adding two plates on having a family.
Mm-hmm.
But when I didn't have a family, I thought those setbacks were the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so
Yes.
impactful.
Yeah.
That was the worst. I didn't know how I was gonna make it. God looked back and laughed, and I look back at it, and that was nothing. You know,
Yeah.
but I didn't have the experience. And sometimes we look at problems like that in our shoes now and not our future selves. He thought it was a good idea to do that to his family, his wife, and himself at that moment. But if he would have lived another 5 years, his blessings would have came, or he would have saw the light. But
And
in that dark
I
place,
think
he thought that was a
somebody
good idea.
I think I seen a woman say, um, kind of what led up to it was he was accused of like assault with women or something like that, and would nobody stand up for him. That's another thing like people don't understand about men dealing with pressure. When you're trying to do the right thing and you're dealing with people that just the allegation, whether I don't know if he did it or not, I don't know, but just the allegation will drop weight on your shoulders until you exonerate your name. And people don't even care about the exoneration. They only care about the drama in the mud. You know what I'm saying?
The bad news travels fast. The good news
Yeah,
don't travel
boy,
at all.
boy.
So
And
it's
she
guilty
said
to
that,
prove it innocent.
yeah. And I think when that happened, nobody stood up for him. And I think his wife filed for divorce, and they was going through the proceedings and stuff like that. And I think it got to the point where it was about to split, and then she was about to move out. And I don't know if he cracked before then. I don't know, but yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. And that's like people that's like at the top level, but regular level, there's pressure as well. Like when you graduate high school, you don't realize it at first. You start working. I know for me, you start working, and then as you start to get older, it starts to come down to weight. And it's like, wait a minute, this ain't enough. What I'm just working a job. You know
Mhm.
the difference between job and career. You know what I'm saying? You find out real quick. You know what I'm saying?
You can
And
feel it.
you start feeling it. Yeah, when you pay your bills and you only got all your bills paid, you being responsible, but you only got $200 left over till you get paid next 2 weeks.
If
That's
that.
called living check to check,
If that,
ladies and
yes.
gentlemen. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then before we move on to the next topic, I think it taught me how to be solution based, not complain based. Like, what's the solution? I'm not gonna worry about the problem. Like, stuck in the problem. I see what the problem is, but what's the solution to the problem? Because if you don't have a solution, they stack on top of each other. They don't go away sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the pressure start adding up. You don't pay your revenue taxes now. You get a new car. You can't pay the sales tax right now, but it's so much. How do you save up enough money to pay your sales tax when they want all the money at one time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you only make so much every 2 weeks. You know, then people don't talk about that kind of stuff. You want this new car so bad, and they say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be $3,000." You know what I'm saying? And you only make $1,500 every 2 weeks. How do you pay $3,000 and still pay your bills? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You want a house now, 6% interest. You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine what a down payment is. It's all kind of pressure. Like I say, dating standards and stuff. Women want this and that and this. It's like, you want me to take you where?
Yeah.
Man, you don't even eat at Olive Garden, but you want me to take you to Olive Garden. Man, come on, man. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't never even been to Olive Garden. We're gonna go to CC's Pizza like you've been doing.
Boy,
That's what we gonna do. You
for
know what I'm
real.
saying? But yeah, let us know in the comments though.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
How do men handle pressure at different phases of life, man? We got it pulled up on the side or pop up on the screen too.